What's the first thought that comes to mind when you see a motorbike on the road? Do you have any preconceived beliefs that trigger certain emotions? In this video, we'll dive deep into the human psychology behind motorbikes.
In 2022, revenue for motorcycles is projected to reach over $5 billion, while increasing nearly 6% in the next 4 years. This means more than 500,000 motorcycles are projected to be sold in 2026. As the number of motorcyclists on the road continue to trend upward, drivers who operate other types of vehicles must learn to adapt and coexist with them. In other countries, motorbikes are a common necessity and regularly used for commuting. But here in the US, motorbikes are not as widely used for daily commuting, but that's likely to change in the future. Why? Well, the cost of living in America continues to climb, so in order to make ends meet, people have to cut costs any ways they can. We experienced an example of this when fuel prices set record highs across the country over the last few months. The average person can't afford to spend hundreds of dollars on fuel each week in order to commute to their jobs, and that's a serious issue in this country. We are simply too dependent on oil. A large reason more people are purchasing motorbikes is to work around those high fuel costs. However, are people ready for more motorbikes sharing our roadways? Motorcyclists are often stereotyped because people read and watch news stories where riders are injured or killed in accidents. News platforms love a good story to attract ratings, and motorbikes are always a hot topic. Yet those news stories don't always describe in detail what actually caused the event. They simply want you to know that a motorbike operator was involved, so you'll watch. It works. People want to know so they can continue to support their opinions on motorbikes. The most common opinion is that motorbikes are dangerous. People who've never owned a motorbike have trouble relating to those who ride on two wheels. When you're in an isolated cage surrounded by metal, glass, and soundproofing material, it's a much different experience. On a motorbike, a person is less protected, so they must rely more on their riding skills and possess acute awareness at all times. They also have to wear the appropriate riding gear in order to prevent serious injury or death if they were to be in an accident. Now, not all motorbike riders follow those principles, and they are taking more risks, but that's a choice the individual makes. Then, there are those riders who crave adrenaline and enjoy performing stunts on the roadways. If you browse the popular social media platforms like TikTok for about 20 minutes using the keyword motorcycle, you'll see videos where people are performing stunts on their bikes while riding in traffic. These types of reckless actions support the stereotypes people have about motorbikes. Those stunt performers are a very small select few that actually do those type of things. The large majority of motorbike operators are very responsible and skilled at handling a bike. We unfortunately only hear about the tragic events, but there are millions of motorbikes on the roads that never have problems. As I was planning this video, I wanted to get some feedback from other people. I posed a question asking motorbike owners and non-motorbike owners. The answers are drastically different. Here was my question. What's the first thought that comes to mind when you see a motorbike on the road? Here's a few answers that I found interesting. First, we'll start with the non-motorbike owners. Nervous that they will fall off and become injured. Show off. Look at me, I'm cool. That's gonna hurt if they fall. I'm not a fan of motorcycles. Nope, no too many people who are lucky to be alive. Then we have the motorbike owners' responses. Be safe, or why aren't you wearing a helmet? Whether they are wearing protective gear or not. Safety. Surprise why most riders don't wear helmets or gear. How can I ensure their safety? Wave. How bikes work, scooter, trike, whatever. Jealous that I'm not riding. I guess they think they're protected by their magic bandana and sandals. Get ready to show the two-finger down low sign.
Motorbikes can be a sensitive topic to some people, especially if it's connected with a traumatic event. If you've lost someone due to a motorcycle accident, you're not alone. Last year in America, 6,101 people lost their lives due to motorcycle accidents, which is up 9% from 2020. The trend continues to climb as more motorbikes are on the roads. Alcohol, speeding, and inexperienced riders contribute to a large number of those fatalities. If you know someone who owns a motorbike, all you can do is offer practical wisdom to ensure their safety. Choices can't be forced upon others, and there's laws in place to protect people as much as possible. Performing stunts on public roadways is not only illegal, you can get hefty fines, you can have your license revoked, and you can spend up to 6 months in prison. A motorbike is not dangerous sitting parked idle. It only becomes dangerous when a person riding it does not use proper judgment and is inexperienced. Therefore, we should not stereotype the millions of motorbike riders who are responsible, obey the laws, and are courteous to other people on the roads. So the next time you see a motorbike on the road, put your phone down, focus on the road, and wait until that motorbike is far out of your sight. That alone will save more lives, because the #1 cause for motorcycle accidents is the failure to see them. So your text can wait. A human being's life is far more valuable than your emoji. Thanks for watching, and please share this video.